subject you're supposed to be doing is related to your career work, and you wouldn't really know that unless they were like specifying you.
The career work specifically. In my opinion, they're fucking laughing at me because I took their mic instead of using my own. What I'm saying is the way that we should solve this problem of like monotonous and busy work bullshit is to make high school a more experimental place with careers. So as you guys said, it's really hard for young people to know what they're going to do forever or want to even do like for a limited amount of time. So make high school that place to where they can learn, you know what I'm saying? Because busy work kills work ethic.
Oh my God,
you know what I'm saying?
That's something I've really been wanting to get into here. Chris, please, let me speak, okay?
Chris is
I've
fucking
been trying to talk this whole
tickling
time,
himself
and every
over
time I open my mouth, someone grabs the mic from me. But I wanted to say I consider myself to be a really smart kid. I'm not number one in my class, and that's because I don't work as hard as Kevin does. Kevin does fucking outstanding work, and the reason that I don't work as hard as Kevin does is because I don't find any fulfillment in the work that the high school gives me. I am bored to death when I sit down and try to do homework because it's all just busy work for the most part. 10-page packet of just bullshit. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the parts that I think are going to challenge me in my growth, and then I'm just going to do fuck all with everything else. I normally find myself sitting there calculating how I can still get an A with a few zeros next to my name.
So
you
you want to do film.
I want
right?
to do film. I want to be a filmmaker. That's my passion.
So you joined AV to do film,
yes,
right?
And
but instead you're stuck doing a shitty news thing for the like because our Clear Falls first they have LPTV, we have Night Vision. Shut up, noob. All right, hold up.
Do we stand up? You want us to stand up, Caleb?
I'll Good morning, and welcome to for our first game.
LPTV is not a shitty news thing.
It is.
Shut up. Okay, there's
news.
Look, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like having to do the announcements, but that's the thing that we're able to propel the program with.
But my point is
that's our justification.
Even
the
career specific electives are not even career specific, and they'll teach you almost jack shit. You gotta basically
AV
teach yourself.
is more than doing just the news stuff. We do all kinds of film projects and random funny skits and all kinds of other stuff. There's a whole variety of stuff that we make.
At least in my school, you have to do that shit on your own, which I don't need a fucking class to do that for.
That's not how it is.
2 episodes previous.
It's just exploitation.
That's all it is.
Of these kids.
Exploitation.
And not only is it gross, but I'm pretty sure I would not be friends with any of these students if they're in my school because they're all fucking annoying.
I can tell I wouldn't be friends with them either. That's not what matters. Is whether or not we'd be friends with them.
No, I'm not saying that, but I do want to say that I would not be friends with any of them. So that is what I mean. At least you have access to the equipment.
If you say, "Hey, Mr. Z, I have an idea and I want to do it," he'll work it out with you, and we'll find a way to make it. Right now, we're working on some goofy ass movie that's a parody of Scott Pilgrim, where one of our kids is fighting all the other kids in LPTV in like a Fight Club thing, and it's really funny and awesome. And I enjoy making it, and it's like an actual like film thing that we're making right now.
That sounds cool.
So what's the point behind this one?
Talking to the mic, goddammit.
So what's the point of the LPTV tangent? Is my question. Like,
okay,
so
I just said it.
Caleb started arguing with me when I was trying to make a point.
No, I just said it because career elective.
I was trying to make a point about
career specific. Shut the
fuck
up.
And welcome to the Spaz Out Podcast.
Oh my God.
So we're bringing this train back on the tracks.
All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
Do you think your high school experience would have been better if you had less busy work and it was more challenging, so it was more difficult? So let's say no, let me finish. So let's say as a net result, your grades were worse, but it's not because you had it's not because you had harder tests or something. It's because you had challenging work that was relevant to you and was interesting, but your air quotes, your GPA suffered for that. Would you still think your high school experience was better as a result?
Okay, if my scores were lower because the work was harder, Dude, I'd fucking love that. You want to know a school that actually did that for me? The school I was in California for a year. Because in almost every single class, it was a lot more hands-on and about thinking about things than it was about memorizing things. I fucking loved my experience in California because the work there was very challenging. And I complained a lot when I was there because my GPA did suffer. But afterwards, I was like, damn, that was a fucking great school. Because moving to fucking LaPorte High School, it was such a culture shock because at LaPorte, it's all busy work. There's barely any classes where you get that challenge there.
Well, LaPorte has a lot of dummies in it.
Well, yes, it does.
What would you do to change or redirect the school system?
We're going to get there, but first I really want to highlight all the problems that we have with it, which I'm still trying to answer Chris's question here.
Right? Didn't you just answer it?
I was like 3/4 of the way done with my whole spiel here.
Okay, keep going.
You know, and the problem here at LaPorte, and the reason why I'm so bored is because the curriculum is built for one model, while the student I am is a completely different model than what the curriculum here has outlined for me. I'm trying to put myself in classes that challenge me and engage me, but the school has repeatedly several times turned me down. And I've gone on those rants a bunch of times now. You're trying to pass the mic to Kevin. It looks like Kevin wants to say something.
So, like, yeah, I like what you say. Like, in school, they really don't give you the opportunities to challenge yourself.
No, they don't.
I only got really challenged in like fucking elementary school with the GT program. They made you solve puzzles and shit like that.
Yeah, I remember GT. That was a lot of fun. That's actually how Caleb and I met, was through the GT program.
No, that's not true. We met in the library. You fuck.
And funnily enough, I did the GT program as well at my elementary school.
Me and Robbie met in first grade at the library.
Wait, what elementary school were you guys at?
Carpenter
Elementary. We became friends through the GT program. We may have met in the library, but I still don't remember this.
Yeah, I also did GT, so the Gifted and Talented program. To be fair, that does put a branding on students, and they think more highly of themselves because they're labeled as gifted and talented from an early age. I can understand that, but
no,
that's true. But that's not my point. No,
you just
that's
fucking
my point. I just bopped Robbie. So the point that I'm trying to make.
Look, I never thought special of myself. We got pulled out of class sometimes, and the kids would all look at us like we were retards or something.
Yeah, I know.
They don't call us retards because we're getting pulled out of class.
So it's not the people who are in the program who think more highly of themselves. But the people outside feel like excluded. They feel like, oh, these are the smart kids.
Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, there's actually the GC program in high school, the TPSP program, where people are encouraged to do projects for advanced measures to get credit for college. And it's research-based projects. You have the whole year to do it pretty much. And it's really engaging because you have to go into looking at different perspectives and looking at the different topics that go along with it. That's how it should be, you know? It encourages you to critically think for yourself. Well, what I did was that I interviewed some of the people that would encourage... Please stop. I see Caleb
For
right
all
now.
those who don't know, Caleb was...
Don't talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. Okay.
It's a secret. Pay the $5 Spaz Out subscription to find out more.
Yeah, we want money. Please give us your money.
That's not memory-based stuff. It actually encourages people to do things that, you know, would encourage critical thinking. That's pretty much what I wanted to say.
So I'm going to name things that we think are problems with the high school system. Tell me if you guys think yay or nay that's a problem.
Didn't we already say all the problems?
No.
I want to
I'm
talk
talking
about solutions.
We will, but we have to, in order to find a solution, we need to systematically figure out what's a problem and how do we solve it. So
middle school was just repeating the same thing over and over again in each course for me for the longest time.
It was fucking annoying.
English, we did the plot diagram every single year, and we just read a slightly more advanced book.
So,
I loved middle school. I liked middle school. The thing I liked about middle school was theater art.
The difficulty of high school for me was mostly the workload, and it's not mostly based on the subject itself, on like whether I know it or not. It's just like they think that more is good, but really like less is more, because
less is more.
Like, another thing is like current events, like how you can apply that to your information to current events.
Oh god, that's so important to be able to learn a history course and to be able to understand how that affects you today and the relevance that history has. I've always had to do that on my own to understand how history... That's why I love history, because I can see the connections between things that happened then and things that happen now. But that's not something that you're actually taught in the class. It's just George Washington crossed the Delaware. Now memorize that for the test next week.
Those classes are essentially designed because of standardized testing, and it's not the other way around. I don't know what I just saw, but that was disgusting. Anyways... Those classes are designed. Those.
What you just said right there, I'm editing out.
Okay, so here's.
What you just said. What I just saw was disgusting.
So we're sidetracking again. Shut up! So we're sidetracking again, but here's what's going on. While Chris, Kevin, and I are all talking and having this discussion, Caleb is pretending to jerk himself off in front of everyone. And so while Chris was talking right there, Kevin got bored and pretended to be blowing Caleb. And that completely made Chris lose track. And because of that, Caleb's like, we gotta edit that out now because no one knows what's happening. So
Okay.
So now, so now let's get back on topic. Fuck you!
I have to edit that shit.
So what I just did was create.
Stop chimping out, and you don't have to edit it.
You know, he's got a point. He has a point.
So what I just did was I just created some static, but they just yelled anyways. So back on track.
We've talked about like generalizations of high school for 33 minutes. Let's talk about the solutions and wrap it up so we can get into our next topic because
We're not done yet, Caleb. Stop
Jesus
trying to push
fucking
us to the
Christ. Like 30 something minutes we've been talking about.
Okay.
Oh, but, memorizing is bad.
That's not
Yeah,
bad.
we know. We just
Robbie.
quitting the Spaz Out podcast.
Oh my. Okay, so we're having some spaz out drama at the moment.
Stop sucking Caleb's dick, Kevin.
I'm sorry, it's just a habit of mine.
Oh.